My dear brothers and sisters, my dear children, we are indeed still in the month of Muharram, or Shahrullah al-Haram, as the Prophet ﷺ indicated. And it is indeed a blessed month from al-Ashhur al-Hurum that the Prophet ﷺ indicated that خير الصيام بعد الفريضة صيام شهر الله المحرم وخير الصلاة بعد الفريضة قيام الليل. The best of Siyam after the Faridah, referring to Ramadan, is the fasting in the month of Muharram. And the best Salah after the Salah of Faridah is the Salah of Qiyam al-Layl, standing between the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal in the darkness of the night. And Alhamdulillah, many of us have observed the 10th of Muharram, which is a significant day, so that we will be gaining the forgiveness of the year that have passed. The month of Muharram is the first month in the Hijri calendar, and the Hijri calendar has a meaning to us as a Muslimin, and there's something that we need to catch from remembering or observing the beginning of this Hijri calendar. The things that we observe and we commemorate as we are in the first month of the Hijri year is eventually the Hijrah of the Prophet ﷺ, as well as the event, the historical event in the life of Musa alayhi salam, in which Allah saved him from the aggression of Fir'aun. And that event was captured to us in the Quran, because Allah Azza wa Jal have sent the prophets to take the people out of the darkness to the nur, as Allah indicated at the beginning of Surah Al-Ibrahim, Alif Lam Ra, Kitabun anzalnahu ilayka litukhrijan an-nasa min adh-dhulumati ila an-nur وذكرهم وإلى الظلمات إلى النور بإذن ربهم إلى صراط العزيز الحميد. The same thing was for Prophet Musa alayhi salam. Allah Azza wa Jal said about him in the same surah, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا أَنْ أَخْرِجْ قَوْمَكَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ. And Allah Azza wa Jal have added further to the mission of Musa alayhi salam, of taking his own people from the darkness to the nur, وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. And وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ came in the order format. Dhakir is an order. So this is indeed something that we are obligated to be reminded about and to remember and to reflect and contemplate on. Because Allah Azza wa Jal, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ رَسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمِهِ فَيُضِلُّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. Allah indicated that He will be sending the prophets to their own people with their own tongue, speaking their own language, calling them to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. But there are unfortunately those who disbelieve. وَوَيْلٌ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. A wail is to those who are deniers. And the word kafirin does not necessarily refer to those who are not Muslims, because Allah Azza wa Jal defined afterwards who are those kafirin that Allah have prepared a way for. الَّذِينَ اسْتَحَبُّوا الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا عَلَى الْآخِرَةِ وَيَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَيَبْغُونَهَا عِوَجًا. They have three characteristics. First of all, they love this dunya, and that's exactly what happened to the Prophet ﷺ when he was sent first to the Meccan society, to the people of Mecca. There were people there who have loved their lifestyle. They loved drinking alcohol. They loved engaging in zina. They loved exercise riba. They loved on people in slavery. استحبوا الحياة الدنيا على الآخرة. And Allah described this lower dunya as dunya, lower, over the superior life in the akhirah. And وَيَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. When the Prophet ﷺ started his mission, They did not like it. They did not want someone to come and change their life. They still want to maintain the lifestyle they live, though it's a stinky lifestyle. Hayatun afina, a stinky lifestyle that is full of corruption. وَيَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَيَبْغُونَهَا عِوَجًا. Not only that, but they don't want also people to listen to their prophets and follow the path of Allah Azza wa Jal, and want them to drift them from the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. Want to take them away from the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. As one of the Meccans who used to narrate stories and say, I say stories and narrate stories of the previous nations as Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is do so. So do not listen to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and come to listen to me. This description does not only fit into the life of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it applies to our life. There are many of those who are responsible about the affairs of the Muslim Ummah nowadays who fit into these categories. They love this dunya. They don't want to leave it. They're so possessed with the attractions of this dunya, with the luxury, with the comfort over the misery of the people whom they are looking after and controlling in their own countries. And they're not only that, they're also preventing people from reaching the haqq by jailing and stopping the dua to the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal from promoting the deen of Allah. Look into the Muslim Ummah. We're seeing many of the scholars of the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal are in jail. We're seeing many of them being persecuted and killed for no reason but for speaking the truth and calling people to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. وَيَبْغُونَهَا عِوَجًا. They even furthermore are distracting people from reaching the truth by promoting the fasad. And that's clearly seen in the Muslim Ummah, unfortunately, and we need not to talk about it. Allah Azza wa Jal said to Musa alayhi salam, and it's a direct message to us also, وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. Remind them about the days of Allah. And when you look into the tafsir of this, the meaning of وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ, you will find that there are so many beautiful meanings that we need to be inspired with. Why Allah Azza wa Jal is using the format وَذَكِّرْهُمْ, remind them about the days of Allah Azza wa Jal. Because there is a battle between the haqq and the batil. وقال الذين كفروا لرسلهم لنخرجنكم من أرضنا أو لتعودن في ملتنا. This is what the kufr, this is what the corruption will be calling for, will be asking the prophets of Allah, the du'at to the deen of Allah Azza to stop what they're doing and follow their millah, their own path. And this is throughout the history of mankind. As Allah Azza wa Jal sent all the prophets, they will be faced with so many challenges. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jal said in the Quran, أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ قَوْمِ نُوحٍ وقوم نوح وعاد وثمود والذين من بعدهم لا يعلمهم إلا الله جاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات فردوا أيديهم في أفواههم وقالوا إن كفرنا بما أرسلتم به وإن لفي شك مما تدعوننا إليه مريب. This is a pattern. This is a sunnah from the sunnah of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal reminds us, did you not see what happened to Nuh? Did you not reflect on what happened to Qawm, Aad and Thamud? Did you not contemplate on those who came after them, whom Allah Azza wa Jal is aware of them? When their prophets came to them, and they called them to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, فَرَدُّوا أَيْدِيَهُمْ فِي أَفْوَاهِهِمْ. They stopped them, they blocked them from conveying the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, from inviting the people from the darkness to the nur, from inviting people to the haqq. And they said, إِنَّ كَفَرْنَا بِمَا أُرْسِلْتُمْ بِهِ. We disbelieve in what you calling for. وَإِنَّ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِمَّا تَدْعُونَنَا إِلَيْهِ مُرِيبٍ. We're in doubt about what you're calling us. قالت رسلهم أفي الله شك فاطر السماوات والأرض يدعوكم ليغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى. Are you in doubt about Allah Azza wa Jal, the creator of the skies and the earth, who's calling upon you to forgive your sins and to give you a chance to prolong your life and save you from the torment, save you from the calamities. And then the pattern continues. Allah Azza wa Jal said after that, وَقَالَتْ رُسُلُهُمْ إِن نَحْنُ إِلَّا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَمُنُّ عَلَى مَن يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ وَمَا كَانَ لَنَا أَن نَأْتِيَكُم بِسُلْطَانٍ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And Allah, those and the believers count on Allah Azza wa Jal. وَمَا لَنَا ألا نتوكل على الله وقد هدانا سبلنا ولنصبرن على ما أذيتمونا وعلى الله فليتوكل المتوكلون. This is the sunnah of Allah Azza wa Jal in the universe. This is the sunnah. There is battle always between the haqq and the falsehood. There is debate between the two sides. And it's clearly at the beginning of the da'wah, those who are in the upper hand from those who denies, from those who disbelieve, from those who don't want the haqq to be revealed, against those who believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. But eventually, the believers in Allah Azza wa Jal, they say, وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. We count on Allah Azza wa Jal. And why we would not be counting on Allah Azza wa Jal وَقَدْ هَدَانَا سُبُلَنَا, when He have guided us to the subul, to the path of Islam, to the path of believing in Allah Azza wa Jal, to the path of salah, to the path of siyam, to the path of zakah, to the path of the purity and fidelity. Why would we not believe? وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُتَوَكِّلُونَ. And we count on Allah Azza wa Jal. And then, in that critical moment, when the haqq and the batil are in debate, and then when the falsehood find that they are losing the battle, when they find that they have no logic to further fight back the haqq and the followers of the haqq, then the sunnah is always to use force. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لِرُسُلِهِمْ لَنُخْرِجَنَّكُمْ مِنْ أَرْضِنَا أَوْ لَتَعُودُنَّ فِي مِلَّتِنَا. This is it. You either stop, or we jail you, or we persecute you, or we depart you. Then فَأَوْحَى إِلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ لَنُهْلِكَنَّ الظَّالِمِينَ. Then Allah Azza wa Jal revealed to the prophets that we shall give you the upper hand. We will give you the aid. We will support you. We will change the equation. We will interfere. And this is why Allah Azza wa Jal asked us and tell us to be reminded about the days of Allah Azza wa Jal. When we look into the conditions of the Muslim Ummah right now, as we're speaking, there is a Salatul Jum'ah now being held in Little Square, Phillips, where Muslims are congregating to show support and solidarity to the people of Kashmir. We also know what is happening in Syria, in Idlib. We know also the aggression and the situations of the people of Gaza. We know what are the conditions of people of Yemen. We know what is happening to the people of Myanmar. We know what happens to the Chinese Muslims who are living in China. We know that there is so much happening around the globe that the Muslim and the mu'min sometimes feel that he is depressed. He feels that he is giving and losing hope. And this is where Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to be reminded. Do not let this hopelessness, do not let this feeling approach your heart and capture your feelings. No. Always remember that Allah Azza wa Jal have a moment in which He will be intervening, in which He will be intervening, in which He will be giving the support and aid to those who deserves it. وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ اللَّهَ غَافِلًا عَمَّا يَعْمَلُ الظَّالِمُونَ إِنَّمَا يُؤَخِّرُهُم لِيَوْمٍ تشخص فيه الأبصار مهطعين مقنعي رؤوسهم لا يرتد إليهم طرفهم وأفئدتهم هواء فلا تحسبن الله مخلف وعده رسله إن الله عزيز ذو انتقام. Don't you believe, don't you think, don't you ever think that Allah Azza wa Jal will be letting His prophets alone, will be letting to those who call in His path alone. Allah is with you. He is supporting you. He is only testing your belief. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فليعلمن الله الذين صدقوا وليعلمن الكاذبين. This is a sunnah from the sunnah of Allah Azza wa Jalla. We need not to have any doubt that as Allah Azza wa Jalla have aided Musa alayhi salam in the most critical moment in his life with his own people, when he was surrounded by the sea and a thousand soldier army behind him, and when Bani Israel said to him, "Inna la mudrakun," we have no doubt that we are surrendered, we are doomed, we are finished. The sea is ahead of us and the army is behind us, and they have no interest except to finish us. Musa alayhi salam said, "Kalla, inna ma'iya rabbi sayahdin." Nay, I have my Lord with me, and He shall guide me. The same was said by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. إلا تنصروه فقد نصره الله إذ أخرجه الذين كفروا ثاني اثنين إذ هما في الغار إذ يقول لصاحبه لا تحزن إن الله معنا فأنزل الله سكينته عليه وأيده بجنود لم تروها وجعل كلمة الله هي كلمة الذين كفروا هي السفلى وكلمة الله هي العليا والله عزيز حكيم. الله أكبر. The same thing happened to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. إِلَّا تَنْصُرُوهُ. If you do not give victory to the deen of Allah and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam have left this dunya, and now if we do not give support to the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla, this is what should be our aim. This is what should make us awake and alert us in the middle of the night. This is what should be the first thing we wake up and think about. How am I giving support to the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla? How am I giving nusra based on what I am able to, based on my ability as an individual and a member of this huge Muslim ummah that is 1.7 billion? What is my contribution to the nusra of the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla? إِلَّا تَنْصُرُوا فَقَدْ نَصَرَهُ اللَّهُ. Allah gave him the aid. When he was alone with Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu in the cave, and when Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, "Ya Rasulullah, if any one of them look at their feet, they would see us." He was worried about the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam calmed him down and said to him, "Ma dhannuka bi ithnayni Allahu thalithuhuma." What do you think, Ya Abu Bakr? There are two that Allah is their third. When Allah is with us, none will be able to defeat us. Look to what happened of the people of Gaza. People who have been under siege for many years stood against one of the most aggressive and powerful army packed by the superpower on earth. Yet Allah proved to us that they were not able to get those whom Allah is with them. The same scenario happened when Abu Bakr and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam moved on in their journey. And Abu Bakr realized there's a knight behind him, a warrior behind him, approaching them and said, "Ya Rasulullah, he is coming towards us with his arm in his hand." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam once again and calmed Abu Bakr and said to him, "Inna Allah ma'ana." Allah is with us. And we know the story, how Suraqa, as he was riding his horse, the front leg of his horse sank into the sand and he fell off his horse. Once again get up, and the second time the same thing happened, the third time the same thing happened, until he said, "Ya Muhammad, O Muhammad, I seek amnesty. I seek refuge. Give me the protection." The one who has the arm is seeking the protection from the one who is armless. This is when Allah is with you. So remember, وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. Remember these days of Allah Azza wa Jal. Don't ever let the hopelessness, helplessness come to you, but rather build your heart with belief in Allah Azza wa Jal, a belief that empowers you to destroy the mountains and change everything in your life. Because after all, Allah is with you. وأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولكم واستغفروه. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا وسيئات اعمالنا، من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. ان الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا ايها الذين امنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم، وبارك اللهم على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. اللهم ان عبيدك ابناء عبيدك ابناء امائك نواصينا بيدك ماض فينا حكمك يا رب، عدل فينا قضاؤك يا رب. نسالك بكل اسم ولك سميت به نفسك انزلته في كتابك او علمته احدا من خلقك او استاثرت به في علم الغيب عندك بان تجعل القران العظيم ربيع قلوبنا يا الله، اجعله جلاء لهمومنا واحزاننا يا رب العالمين. ربي اوزعني اشكر نعمتك التي انعمت علي وعلى والدي وان اعمل صالحا ترضاه يا رب، واصلح لي في ذريتي اني تبت اليك وانني من المسلمين. اللهم انك ناصر دينك ناصره يا رب، اللهم انك ناصر دينك ناصره، اللهم اجعلنا سببا لنصرة دينك، سخرنا لطاعتك، استخدمنا لمرضاتك، اجعلنا من جندك. اللهم اجعلنا من الذين رضيت عنهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارض عنا وارض عنا والدينا فانك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم يا رب السماوات والارض ورب العرش العظيم، هب لنا من ازواجنا وذرياتنا قرة اعين واجعلنا للمتقين اماما. ربي اغفر لي ولوالدي وارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب والابصار، اللهم يا مؤلف بين القلوب الف بين قلوبنا يا رب، وحد صفوفنا. اللهم انصرنا على من عادانا فانك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم ارحم اخواننا في مشارق الارض ومغاربها فانك على كل شيء قدير. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين.